First day in pads, how'd it go?
It went good. You get in pass. You got to tone the guys down, especially the first day. It was just shoulder pads and helmet and trying to keep guys off the ground. But it was good on both sides of the ball. I know when you don't have on pass, it's a little harder for the offense, especially the offensive line. And today we got on pass, and it was a little different than the first two practices. But both sides of the ball was making plays, and it was good to see.
From the parts we saw, it looked like defensive tackles particularly were hard to block, but the offensive line did better against this end.
Oh, they did. Once you put the pads on, you can grab some things a little better. And that helps. And I think they're starting to get accustomed to some of the things we're doing on defense. We're moving guys, and it's a little challenge for the O-line until you figure out what they're doing, and you can see it now. But it always helps when you got some pads where you can grab some things up front.
What are some of the biggest improvements you've seen from James this spring from last spring?
Well, he's just taking ownership in everything, and I mean leadership-wise, he's James from that standpoint, and he's positive. He's very positive with his teammates. He's taking ownership, like I said, in pretty much everything, and see him up in the office every single day, which is awesome to see that he's around and it's important to him.
With Coach Clemens, just what have you seen from him through the first week?
No, I'm just coaching the guys. He's not that rah-rah guy. He's all about teaching and helping our guys, which our guys need. And he's really big on fundamentals and again, something our guys need big time. But I really like how he coaches in a simple manner for our guys to understand it and can go out and play fast.
Coach, and talking to Dontavius, he said you guys were fast last year, but he said you guys have kind of kicked it up a gear this spring. Is that a learning curve thing? Have you changed things on offense? Why is that?
It's a little different. I think part of it is being in it for a year and understanding, especially when you go from being a pro-style offense to a spread offense. It takes time, but I think the things we're doing now, the operation on how we're doing is different than what we did it, which allows us to go faster now. And I think our guys still getting accustomed to going as fast as we're going now because it's faster than what we tried to go before. But it's helping us too by doing that as well.
Do you have a goal, like how quickly you want to get plays off?
No, we don't. We just want to go fast, and we want to be able to go faster when we want to as well. It's just lining up and playing, and our guys are still getting accustomed to doing that. It's lining up and finding a signal caller and play and not allow the defense to get set.
Having more options at linebacker, are you seeing the competition rise?
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch too. I mean, guys flying around and different guys making plays, and I think that's going to make us so much better having competition and guys know that they can't take a day off. I mean, you see even the three, they're going after it and trying to make plays, and it's just, I guess as a coach, knowing that you have some depth now and guys flying around, it really helps.
Akeem Dent was highly touted coming in. Just what have you seen from him through the first few days?
He's a football player. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's smart. He understands the game. You can tell him to play a certain coverage, and he plays it like he's supposed to. He just don't go out there and just do the lines that he saw in the playbook. He understands whether it's a 2x2 or 3x1 formation and how he needs to relate to certain things. And the other day, I think you guys were out here and saw him. He had two back-to-back interceptions, and that was just being smart as a football player. He wasn't playing his zone, but he understood what was going on and was able to help out there. And that was great to see because we've been trying to get some guys to do that.
How rare is that for a freshman, 2 practices in to be able to come in and have that, mentality?
Well, I think nowadays these guys are so much more developed than what it was back in the days, and they play 7-on-7 and do those things year-round. So a lot of those kids, when they're very talented and they understand the game, and it's easier to come in and do those things. But he's another one of those kids that want to learn. He's up in the office every single day, and he'll interrupt the staff meeting to come get his coach so he can learn some football, which is great to see, and it's paying off for him.
I know health was a big part of it last year, but what are some other improvements that you're looking for? From
Say it again, I'm sorry.
So I know health was a big part of it last year.
A huge part.
For the offensive line, what are some of the improvements that you're looking for going forward?
Well, we want consistent. We want consistent play, and we want to make sure we don't have any negative plays. It's so important not to get negative plays, and so important not to have any pre-snap penalties. All those things that we can control, We want to see our guys control them and control them in a consistent manner, and then adjust to the tempo that we want to play, because it's going to ultimately help them if we play to the tempo that we need to.
What have you seen from some of the younger guys, incoming freshmen, Dante Lucas, and then some of the guys that redshirted last year?
Dante's going to be a player. He's mean. He's nice when you're just off the field, but he's on that football field. He's mean, and sometimes you got to hold him back a little bit. He's tough, and he seemed like he's one of those guys that's been around here for a while, just seeing how he interact with his teammates and how his teammates are all encouraging him to do things. But he likes playing football. You see him running around and running after the ball. Some things linemen usually don't do. He's just like a kid in a candy store out there. There's still things he's got to learn, but the kid is very physical, and you can tell he loves the game.
You mentioned with this whole portal, you guys now have to almost recruit your own roster. We heard a guy
Almost.
a guy like Landon, I think, was maybe looking at some options with the portal, but he's here. He says that he's happy. How would you characterize kind of his stats with the team and your pleasure with his effort, I guess?
Good. I mean, he's here. He's been here every day. Even when his name was in the portal, he was here working with his teammates and doing things, and he's been good. He's been out practicing, and the thing I'm more impressed with anything is just his leadership and how he's leading the O-line group and the younger guys to come aboard. And not just him, there's other guys doing that, and you can see the difference in our football team because of that leadership. But I think just with that whole portal thing, once you get a chance to sit down with the kids and understand what they're thinking and why they're thinking that way, then you can work things, you can help them out with that decision. With that portal thing, sometimes they got a lot of people in their ear and they don't know what to listen to, and sometimes you just need to sit down and talk with them and make sure that they're doing what's best for them and not what they hear everybody else say what's best for them. And Landon loves Florida State. This is where we want to be, and he's showing that.
You did it a couple times last year. We saw you helping out with the offensive line coaching. For you, what's it like being able to kind of bounce around to other segments? Are you getting comfortable doing that?
I'm good. It's been fun. I mean, not only with the O-line, I'm with the D-line, the linebackers. I'm all over the place right now, and it's been good just hearing our coaches coach, sitting in the meetings, hearing them coach and how they're coaching and understanding things so I can be a help as well. But it's been fun. It's been fun being on the defense side of the ball. Been fun listening to Coach Clement and Coach Browse with some new ideas, but it's been great because I've been able to interact with everyone, not just the offensive guys, but the defensive guys and special teams, just a little bit everywhere. They see me everywhere now.
Is Coach Kelly kind of observing? I mean, you don't see him doing what he doesn't have a position right now, but is he observing and giving you feedback after practice?
No, not necessarily. Coach Kelly give me feedback anytime he see me. I can walk through the hall. He's tell me something. I think he's just, again, looking at our roster and evaluating our roster as well. I tell you, this whole thing is different. We got to constantly see those things.
Is Woodbey a little bit limited in what he's doing for you guys, and how's he making that bounce back to the defense?
Well, he's injured. Jaiden had surgery on his shoulder this off season, so we've been smart and not allow him to go out and injure himself any worse than what he did. He's rehabbing really well. He's running around doing individual, but we won't allow him being in contact right now.
Cole Minshew, all right?
Cole, he had a procedure this offseason too, and he won't practice this spring, but he's rehabbing very well.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.